Okay, the next president that we're going to be doing is Ronald Wilson Reagan. Served from 1981 to 1989. He was the 40th president of the U.S. One of the big things in his term when he came to be president, the economy was not doing that well at all after the Carter years, so he started to do reform, and he classified it as Reaganomics. Even his vice president, George H.W. Bush, at one point in the campaign says that his economics plan were, quote, voodoo economics, and that they wouldn't work. And what the main thing was Reaganomics was, it was drastic tax, cuts on the people who would then pour their money into the economy by buying things, and the economy would grow. During his term, there was a lot of Soviet tensions. He was not shy at all to bash the communists. It was very evident how he felt about the communists, and this was not a good move. He wanted to invest a lot in the military and Star Wars, which was the thought that you could shoot down missiles from space. And actually, a lot of the defense things that we have now are as a result of Reagan doing it. During his term, or right after his term, was the end of the Cold War, finally, when the USSR collapsed, when they didn't have any more money as a result of Reagan spending. And one of the shadows on his presidency is the Iran-Contra, where there was illegally funding. Some people in his cabinet were illegally funding rebels, and it ended up being that Reagan did not know anything about it, but it's one of those things. Okay, so now we're going to grade Ronald Reagan. I would give him an A. Just overall combination of the fall of the Soviet Union, I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. Star Wars, the defense things we see now as a result of Reagan starting that, and Reaganomics as far as helping the economy when we were in a terrible economic place. Nick, what would you give?
Give him a B+. Reaganomics, I guess that was okay. Soviet tension, the ending of the Cold War, that was good, and Star Wars, a good start of defense there. And the Iran-Contra was down.
Okay, that's good. Andrew?
I'm going to give him a B-. I think that Reaganomics was a good economic policy in theory, but I think that it helped most of America, but I think there was some overlaps in there. I think that him ending the Cold War is definitely something that sets him apart from the other presidents. And the Iran-Contra kind of came back with the Richard Nixon set of mind that if the president does it, it's not illegal. So I think that also kind of brings it down on the list.
Okay, Kevin.
I would just give him a B. I think he was great in uniting the country to vote for him, but I also have a problem with the amount of homeless people during the time, and thought that he was more kind of the president that played the part well rather than actually did a lot.
Well, I'm going to give him an A-. I think, from what Catherine said, he played the part, but that's what America needed. He was the Roosevelt who got us out of the Depression of the 70s. And he was successful with what he did. He's not perfect with Iran-Contra, but he was the president for the time.
Okay, so now we're going to grade Ronald Reagan. Okay, so after the vote, we give Ronald Reagan a B+.